memorize Chief Logan's speech. So they called all the seniors down into the gym, and then they didn't tell it that, as far as we knew, everybody's going to have to do the speech. So what they did is they chose 15, and the first name they drew out of the hat was mine. So I'm going to share Chief Logan's speech here, but Chief Logan was a warrior. He said that he was a warrior and not a peacemaker. He was asked to come to a peace treaty signing, and he said he was not going to do that because of that reason. Chief Cornstalk and a lot of the other people wanted to be there, but he said he was not going to do it. So what Lord Dunsmore did was sent Chief Logan's buddy, John Gibson, to talk to Chief Logan. So Chief Logan sat under the elm tree up at the Logan Elm Park, or up the Logan Elm Tree in Pickaway County at Gold Cliff Park. And this is what Chief Logan told him, because what had happened was Chief Logan's family and his entire tribe had been massacred while he had been away on a hunting trip. So he sent this message to Lord Dunsmore. I appeal to any white man to say, if ever he entered Logan's cabin hungry, and I gave him not meat. If he ever came cold or naked, and I gave him not clothing. During the course of the last long and bloody war, Logan remained in his tent, an advocate for peace. Nay, such was my love for the whites, that those of my own country pointed at me, and as they passed, it said, Logan is a friend of the white man. I had even thought to live among you, but for the injuries of one man, Colonel Craysap, the last spring, in cold blood and unprovoked, cut off all the relatives of Logan, not sparing even my women and my children. There runs not a drop of my blood in the veins of any human creature. I have sought it. All right. This called on me for revenge. I have sought it. I have killed many. I have fully glutted my vengeance. For my country I rejoice at the beams of peace. Yet do not harbor any thought that mine is the joy of fear. Logan has never felt fear. He will not turn on his heel to save his life. Who is there to mourn for Logan? Not one. Not one. I thank you, and now I am introducing Judy Meniscus to come forward. Okay, here you go.
Imagine, if you will, the year 1796, and a young Virginian coming into this Ohio country that had yet to be settled. Imagine the woods and the forests here, but he had a vision of creating mills and villages. And Tom Worthington came into this area on horseback, and as he was going down the Hocking River, he came to what is known as the Hocking Falls. And when he saw the tremendous amount of water power that was in the falls, he knew that it would be an appropriate place to build a mill. So he purchased land from an earlier settler, 80 acres for $1,000, which is where the Falls Mill Bridge is now, and it encompassed this area. And on June 16, 1816, he wrote in his diary, I begin to lay out a village 2 miles east of the falls, and that is Logan. He surveyed and put Main Street on the list. He made Market Street, and this very lot where you are standing, he donated and called it a public square or a market square where the future farmers could bring their produce and other goods and sell. And so you are standing in a very historic area. As the village grew, he built his mill, which was for wheat and corn, and he sold the lots here. He had this town laid out in 30 to 40 lots. He also donated lot 21 for the first school and lot 27 for the first burying ground. And the town proceeded from there, with very few folks in the beginning. So we want to remember Tom Worthington. He is the founder of Logan, and he was a pacifist. Now, he and Chief Logan lived in different worlds at different times. They did not know each other. So the fact that he named the city Logan was because, being a peacemaker, he admired Logan for what he had done at the Greenville Treaty and with the British. So he named the town Logan in his honor. But Tom Worthington is who we're talking about today. And if you look over here, we have a Tom Worthington and his wife Eleanor that are going to be with you, and you can ask him questions. He's historically correct. And we're going to rededicate this Ohio historical marker that has been here actually since 1978. This was placed here, and over the last 40 years, it really became well-worn. And so we've had it refurbished, and thanks to Logan Town Center and Hocking County Historical Society, on their behalf, I would like my husband and my daughter to reveal the new marker. Yay. It's beautiful, beautiful. Looks like it's brand new. Now I want to introduce to you my friend Becky Trivison, who is with the Ohio Connection and came down from Columbus today. And she would like to add a few remarks.
Thank you. My name is Becky Trivison, and I am the markers coordinator at the Ohio History Connection. And on behalf of the Ohio History Connection, I would like to thank you for inviting me to participate in the rededication of your marker today. I'm here today, and I would venture to guess that all of you are here today because you believe that history is important. And the marker program began in 1957 as a program at the Ohio Historical Society, and it's a program that we're very proud of. It's a program that enables Ohioans to preserve and share their history in a very visible way that will last for many years. There are now more than 1,400 Ohio historical markers either up around the state or in production that reflect all of Ohio's unique history. And your marker honoring Thomas Worthington is part of this program that tells the story of Ohio. And the original group who installed it is to be congratulated for taking that original initiative to commemorate such a unique part of your history. And you all today are to be commended for seeing the need to refurbish this marker so that it lasts for future generations and so that they can enjoy it and continue to enjoy it from here on out. To mark this special event, I'm proud to present a commendation from the Ohio History Connection's Executive Director, Bert Logan, and the Board of Trustees to the Hocking County Historical and Genealogical Societies and Museum for taking the initiative to get the marker refurbished, and to the Logan Town Center for providing the funds. The Ohio History Connection commends the Hocking County Historical and Genealogical Societies and Museum and the Logan Town Center for furthering the knowledge of our state's heritage by conserving an Ohio historical marker on January 9th, 2016, which commemorates Thomas Worthington as the founder of Logan. Signed by Bert Logan, the Executive Director of the Ohio History Connection, and Glenda S. Greenwood, the President of our Board of Trustees. Thank you again for allowing the Ohio History Connection to be a part of your rededication day, and enjoy your newly refurbished marker and your continuing place in history. Thank you.